Yo, what up, YouTube? Jamar coming back at y'all with another video here on Vegas Sense. And in this video, I'm gonna do a quick little take on Franck Olivier's Sunrise Urban Ice. Okay, so it's definitely a crazy long ass name for sure. And it's a weird name, I would say, especially for what the scent actually smells like. So I would think, just going off of that particular name, that this would definitely be more so, I guess, if I were going off of that name, I would think this would be a scent that would more so smell like something like Davidoff Cool Water, or Aspen, or something like that. Those types of fragrances, or maybe even like Silver Mountain Water, that kind of vibe. But no, this is actually a clone of Paco Rabonne's Invictus Aqua. Now, I don't own the original Invictus Aqua, because that's what this is actually a clone of. I believe it's the 2016 version of it, before they reformulated it. This is supposed to be a clone of that. So I don't know exactly what Invictus Aqua smells like. I haven't smelled Invictus Aqua or the original Invictus. But I do have Rasasi Hawass, which, from looking at all the different, YouTube reviews on that particular fragrance, that's basically a mixture of, Paco Rabanne's Invictus plus Invictus Aqua. Okay. So smelling this particular fragrance, I do get, pretty much a very similar vibe between, this one and my Rasasi Hawass. And I mean, as a matter of fact, I think if two people were to walk by someone and one person was wearing this and the other person was wearing, Rasasi Hawass, I don't think that the average person would really be able to tell the difference. That they were wearing two different fragrances. I think most people would probably assume that both of those people were wearing the exact same thing. Because just the whole scent DNA of both this and Rasasi Hawass is pretty much the same. The only way that you really sort of, I guess, get down into like the differences of the fragrance is by really digging in and kind of smelling each one side by side. So don't have Rasasi Hawass in this video. It's in the other room, but I'm not getting ready to just walk off the camera and go get the other bottle. But I do know how that smells, obviously. I own it. So just to kind of spray this one on, and kind of give my take on what this smells like. When comparing this to Rasasi Hawass, this is a lot more lighter and airier, I would say, and this is a lot more sweeter than Rasasi Hawass. Yeah, this, I would say, I kind of get like a bubblegum type vibe, which, I know that's something that's kind of popular with the Paco Rabanne fragrances. So I definitely get like that bubblegum sweetness when I spray this on. So it smells like a really sweet, aquatic, light kind of fragrance. When I spray on the Rasasi Hawass, you get that aquatic vibe, but you really smell like the cinnamon, and I believe Rasasi Hawass has cardamom in it too. So you really smell those spices, and it just smells like a more heavier type fragrance than what this is. Um, when you spray Rasasi Hawas, let's say for instance, if it's the first time that you ever sprayed it on you, or the first time you smelled it, it will smell like it's filling up the entire room. Like it will smell really strong. And I would say, no matter if you've already worn it or not, really with that fragrance, I tend to see that it begins to get a little bit cloying, a little bit too much. If I spray like 4 sprays or more, okay, or well, no, I would say more than 4 sprays. That's when it really starts to become heavy to me. This I've sprayed on me, what, maybe 8 times, when I was going out, 7, 8 times or so, and it never got to the point where, it seemed like it was too much. So this is definitely, to me, a much lighter, airier type fragrance than what Rasasi Hawas is. So I would say this is a good fragrance to wear like on a really hot day. I would say it's definitely a good fragrance, obviously, for if you're gonna like go out clubbing or something like that, because it does definitely project. I would say it doesn't project that long though, like maybe hour and a half or so, and then it really kind of settles down a little bit after that. But it does last, I would say, on the longevity. Longevity, I would say, I think each time that I've worn it, I've probably gotten about, anywhere from 7 to 8 hours or so, which, for a light, airy, fresh fragrance like this, an aquatic, that's decent, that's good. And, especially considering the fact that this particular fragrance, I believe I got it on eBay for about $25 or $27 or something like that. And I found out about this fragrance through another reviewer, Cubano, and he pretty much said he couldn't tell the difference really between this and Invictus Aqua. It was pretty much like a dead-on clone. And he even had one of his friends come on the channel, and he sprayed this and he sprayed Invictus Aqua, and the guy, I don't think he was able to tell the difference, honestly. Or if he did, he said that they were like dead on close. So again, I haven't smelled Invictus Aqua, and I'm not getting ready to go out and spend like the $100+ that they want for a bottle of that on eBay. I trust what Cubano has said about this particular fragrance, as far as saying that it's pretty much a dead-on clone, and it's like 95+% similar. For $25, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it maybe being 5% different. Either way, I don't think anybody, average person would be able to tell the difference. So I haven't really worn this particular fragrance that much. I've probably only worn this maybe 4 or 5 times since I bought it. And I want to say I probably got this in, I don't know, July, maybe, or maybe in June, something like that. So yeah, I haven't really worn it too many times, and that's because, again, I do have Rasasi Hawas. I feel like that is the better fragrance. I do like the extra spice that it has to it, and just, again, it does seem like a more heavier type fragrance. So I feel like that particular fragrance, and also it's not as sweet either. That particular fragrance, I feel like you can kind of wear that in more situations. I wear Hawass to work sometimes. Um, this, I don't think that I would necessarily wear this to work. Um, this is more so for, you know, like if I'm just going out somewhere, something like this, I'll throw this on. And I think really that's really been the way that I've worn this particular fragrance. It's just going out somewhere on like a hot summer day, just want to smell good, throw this on. So I don't really do clubbing or anything like that. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to use it for that particular purpose, but for sure, you know, when it starts getting like to be 100+ degrees or more, I'll start getting more wearings out of this one. So this bottle right here, this is a 75 milliliter bottle. They don't make it in any other size from what I can see. And so again, I got this one for about $25, I believe, on eBay. Did come in like the original box, or I guess really you can't even say it's a box. It's like a metal tin kind of can that it comes in, and this kind of just sits down in there like that. But the bottle is not too bad. It does have a magnetic cap, but I wouldn't pick it up from the cap because it's not the strongest cap. It does go on there. Does go on there if you sit it on there correctly, but I mean you can see, you know, it's not really the strongest thing. But yeah, I mean the bottle presentation is decent. Just the name of it, you know, is kind of weird. So this one, for the price, I would recommend this one to anybody, especially like if you're one of these people out here looking for Invictus Aqua, the 2016 version. I would say save your money and get this. I don't even think I would buy the 2018 version that was released, because from what I understand, it doesn't smell as good and it doesn't perform as good. In this one, definitely performance is respectable on this one. So can't go wrong with a $25 fragrance for a full bottle. So definitely check it out. All right. So again, that's my take on Franck Olivier's Sunrise Urban Ice for men. And I'll see y'all again in the next video.